do we finally have some clarity on what the Los Angeles Lakers are going to do ahead of the 2025 NBA trade deadline? That's what we're talking about here on the Lakers Report. My name is Jeffrey Cooperstein. Great to be with you guys. Before we get into today's show, here's what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button for daily Lakers updates. Help us get to 54,000 subscribers. This is the flagship franchise of the NBA. There's no reason we can't get to it as soon as possible. Let's dive right in to see what Jovan of The Athletic had to say. The Los Angeles Lakers are expected to be one of the more active buyers leading into the February 6th trade deadline as they try to maximize the final seasons of the LeBron James-Anthony Davis partnership. And this was obviously expected. I don't think there was a scenario where the Lakers were going to trade LeBron James unless LeBron flat out and came and demanded a trade, which, again, wasn't going to happen. There was obviously talk at last year's deadline of the Warriors trying to set up a deal for LeBron. Nothing came to fruition there, and nothing of that nature will come to fruition this year either. They're going to try to win a championship with LeBron, with Anthony Davis, who, when both of those guys are healthy and they're in the right frame of mind, are absolutely championship caliber. Let's take a look at the Lakers' positional needs and what they could use as a potential upgrade here at the deadline. Number one, a tough, physical, and defensive-minded center. When the Lakers won the championship in 2020, they used the two big system with AD and with Dwight Howard and a couple of other guys that they would rotate in there. The Lakers are at their best when AD is playing the four. That's just plain and simple. A big 3-and-D wing who complements AD and LeBron as a starter and or a closer is a big need as well. We'll take a look at some of the potential targets there. Then a big, quick, and athletic guard with point-of-attack defensive capability. So those are your three big needs here, and we'll just take a look at who some of those guys could be. We'll start here with Jonas Valanciunas. Jovan Buha goes on to say, the buzziest name, love that word, buzziest, in league circles who has been attached to the Lakers dating back to the summer is Wizards center Jonas Valanciunas, who has a $9.9 million salary this season. Valanciunas signing in Washington was weird just because we knew that this contract was going to be traded basically immediately. He checks the box of a big, bruising, physical center through his defensive mobility, though his defensive mobility is limited and he can be targeted on that end, as the Lakers did when they played the Wizards in a high-stake game close to the end of the 2023-24 season and in the play-in. Here are his stats this season. Jonas averaging 12 points a game, almost 8 boards, a little less than a block a game. He's very efficient from the field as well. I've always liked Jonas Valanciunas, and I do think he would fit in perfectly with the Lakers. Like I was saying earlier, I think the Lakers are at their best when they have AD at the 4 alongside of 5, and Valanciunas is nothing if not big and physical. I would really like his fit in Los Angeles, and it's a very affordable contract as well that the Lakers could certainly make a deal for. So keep an eye on Valanciunas. He's probably the most likely name to be a Laker coming up before the February 6th trade deadline. I believe, in my opinion, because that is the Lakers' biggest need. So I'm going to take Valanciunas as the most likely Laker. Do you think the Lakers are going to pull the trigger? Will Rob Pelinka do it and trade for Jonas Valanciunas? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comment section. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. In just a couple of seconds, I'm going to be telling you about our sponsor, which is PrizePicks. But while I'm doing that, go on down there and get your votes in. Will Big V become a Laker before the trade deadline? And I do need to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, which, of course, is PrizePicks. We absolutely love PrizePicks here at the Lakers Report, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. With over 10 million users and $30 million in winnings, sign up today. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks, where you can have a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. PrizePicks now offers MasterCard as well for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. And join now, because this holiday season, PrizePicks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards, as I mentioned, during Picksmith. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that could lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections to provide even more value for your lineups. And here's what we have for the upcoming college football game this weekend between Tennessee and Ohio State. I took the more on Nico rushing yards at 19.5, and I also took the more on Will Howard, half an interception. And the free pick that PrizePicks is giving away is a Nikola Jokic more than half a point on Christmas Day. So if you think Jokic is going to score 1 basket, you just take the more on that, you pair it with other squares, and you get a free win right there. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. Again, Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get that $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. It is Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, let's move on to some more Lakers trade targets or potential targets that Rob Pelinka could be looking at ahead of the trade deadline. Let's go to Cam Johnson. The Brooklyn Nets, who are currently in the play-in mix, says Buha, in the East, are looking to trade parts of their core to prioritize their future. After trading Dennis Schroeder, Brooklyn is expected to make wings Cam Johnson $22.5 million, but with a likely cap hit of $27 million, and Dorian Finney-Smith $14.9 million available, and much sooner than the February 6th deadline. Both have been tied for the Lakers for months. The Lakers have been interested in Finney-Smith for at least a couple of years. And I feel bad for Finney-Smith because it feels like every single time that there are trade rumors, his name has been brought up basically in the last 4 seasons. He's a really good player. I think he'd fit in with the Lakers, as would Cam Johnson. Take a look at both of their stats this year. They're both extremely good wings. Finney-Smith is having the best year of his career shooting-wise, 45% from 3 on over 5.5 attempts. He's having a fantastic year. He can guard legit 4 positions, 1 through 4. He's a really good player at a very good value in $14.9 million. But if you're looking for more offensive firepower, Cam Johnson is your guy at almost 19 points a game. He's super versatile as well, has some really good size, and he fits that description that the Lakers were looking for in a big physical wing who can both be a starter and a closer alongside LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, or whoever JJ Redick wants to throw out there in that closing lineup. And Cam has done it over the last 4 seasons at a pretty damn high level, starting out with Phoenix and then getting traded to Brooklyn in that Kevin Durant trade. He's averaged 15.5 points a game in 22-23, dipped a little bit last year, and they went through a lot of turmoil last year, did the Brooklyn Nets. And then this year so far, he's been one of the best scoring wings in the league. He can also rebound the ball a little bit. The 43% from 3 on high volume is extremely good, and I really like both of these players for the Lakers. I don't think they could really go wrong here, but I do think Cam Johnson is definitely the better player of the two. I want you guys to pick a wing, though. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you want Cam Johnson or do you want Dorian Finney-Smith? If you want Johnson, type CJ. If you want Dorian Finney-Smith, type DFS. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Some other names that Jovan Buha mentioned who have come up in talks with league and team personnel over the past few weeks include Utah's Walker Kessler and Colin Sexton, Toronto's Bruce Brown, and Portland's Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams, and Washington's Kyle Kuzma. Kuz going back to the Lakers would be hilarious. The Lakers are not anticipated to be heavily in the mix for Jimmy Butler or Brandon Ingram or Zach LaVine. I would say this pretty much confirms that the Lakers aren't star shopping. They're really going out there and trying to find the best fits possible for their roster. You know you have LeBron and AD as the core. You have Austin Reeves. You have Dalton Connect. You have a really good kind of core group, and you're just looking to upgrade on that. I like Max Christie as well. D'Angelo Russell, give or take, he can give you something on any given night. And I think this team really does need a shakeup if they want to compete in the Western Conference because you have the likes of OKC, you have the likes of Dallas, you have the likes of Denver, who are up there and Minnesota as your favorites. And the Lakers are probably in that next tier down. So if they want to make a run, I do like this roster. I still think they need upgrades, though. And if I had to guess who the top 3 Lakers to get traded at this trade deadline would be, I would list them as follows. I think D'Angelo Russell, he signed the new deal with the Lakers knowing full well that he was likely going to get moved at some point. Gabe Vincent is a guy who the Lakers signed and they thought was going to be a great addition to this team. He's been dealing with injuries. He hasn't really figured it out as a Laker, so I could see him being on the move. And Jalen Hood-Schifino, who the Lakers declined their 3rd-year player option on, so he becomes an unrestricted free agent after this year. He's likely to be traded as well. Just hasn't worked out for him here in Los Angeles for whatever reason, so that one's been a disappointment. Here's what the Lakers have to offer in terms of draft capital. They have their 20, 29, 20, 30, and 31 first-round picks available to trade. And now remember, you can't trade first-round picks in consecutive years. So they could trade 29 and 31, but if they wanted to trade 30, they could only add that one into the deal. And they also have a few pick swap rights as well in 2026, 28, and 30. So it depends on how they use their first-round picks, what these swap rights look like. But Rob Pelinka definitely has options, what he wants to do there. And then they have a bevy of second-round picks as well. They have a couple of 2025 second-round picks. They have a 27, 30, and 31. So they definitely have the draft capital in order to pull off a trade, basically any trade that they want. Now, like we said earlier, they're probably not going to go star hunting, but it would require probably a first-round pick, maybe even 2, to go get the likes of Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith. I bet Johnson retrieves 2 firsts, Dorian probably 1, so that kind of depends on what the Lakers want to do there, but they definitely have the ammo to get deals done. And an important note is because of the luxury tax rules and the apron rules and whatnot, the Lakers cannot take more salary back than they send out. So just keep that in mind. They do have, some salaries that are good potential matchers, but they can't take back more salary than they send out. So if they make a deal, it's, I would say, likely that it becomes a 3-team deal in order to get all of that money worked out. And just a final note here before we get on out of here, don't expect the Lakers to make any trades until late January, even the first week in February leading up to that February 6th deadline, to see what they have in Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood. When healthy, I think Vanderbilt is a very good player. He can play the 3 and the 4. One of the best wing defenders in the NBA. Offensive game leaves something to be desired, but I really like Jared Vanderbilt as a player, and if he actually gets healthy and emerges as a guy the Lakers can use, maybe they don't have as big of a need there as wing. Once again, before we get on out of here, please hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 54,000 subscribers here on the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. If the Lakers make a trade, we will have a video for you guys, so stay up to date. Lock us in. We'll see you soon here on the Lakers Report.